Hello, everybody. Welcome back in. Okay, so I tried this on Friday and it did not go over well. So apparently my internet was having some serious issues, which kind of stinks. So if this is breaking up, I have it plugged in hardwired, so it's plugged in through the Ethernet. So if this is having any kind of trouble, like please let me know if I keep breaking up because I don't want to be here just, in and out, not being able to understand a word I'm saying, which would really stink. So I want to redo Friday's Fireside starts and sits, if you will. What's up, T-Bum? How you doing? I know, thank you. It is, I appreciate that you feel that it's a treat, but I felt it necessary because no one could understand what I was saying. And I ended up just deleting that video from YouTube. What's up, Chris Molina? So I just wanted to make sure that everyone got a chance to have me help them with their starts and sits. So if we don't have any starts and sits, that's okay too. Some new news that kind of came out after yesterday. Melvin Gordon is out, I believe. So fire up your Philip Lindsay shares. There might be a smattering of, Royce Freeman, maybe. I don't really, well, I won't start him, but I like Philip Lindsay in this one, which is really good. So yeah, hi, we're back. Yay. So until I actually get a starter sit, I guess I'm just going to sit here and talk to y'all, which will be super fun. So feel free to ask me some questions here, guys. And yeah, again, I am really sorry about yesterday that none of these ended up, none of the questions really got answered because you couldn't understand what I was saying because of poor internet connection. So hopefully we found a way around that, which is nice. But we pay a lot of money for our internet too. So you'd think it actually would work, but of course. So annoying. All right, here we go. Kevin, how are you doing, my friend? What's up, Arsenal? Let me put you up here. Malcolm Brown or Royce Freeman? I don't like either of those. Honestly, that's like yucky, but I don't know. I mean, maybe Royce Freeman, but I don't really know if I like either of those. The Rams backfield, I mean, come on. What is going on there? Super yucky. All right. I'm going to go here to Fantasy Pros. So if anyone is new to the show and you don't know who I am, my name is Lauren. I am a writer for the Fantasy Footballers, for Fantasy Pros, and also for Roto World. You guys can find all my work on my website, stepmomlauren.com. I do the Tuesday waivers for the Fantasy Footballers. I write 5 burning questions for Fantasy Pros. I also write the Friday and Monday daily doses for Roto World. And also, I am now doing the fantasy blog for Roto World. So if you guys want to keep up to date with what's going on Sunday, if you can't watch the games, but you still might have your phone on you, maybe you're doing something, follow along with me. I will tweet out the link to the Roto World article that I will be updating live throughout all of the 1 o'clock games and as well as the 4 o'clock games. And then I will be on a quick little blurb with Josh Norris on the Roto World podcast talking about the Jets-Dolphins game, which should be interesting. Hopefully Fitzmagic makes that happen. So, all right, let me get back here to Malcolm Brown or Royce Freeman here for you, my friend, because both of those two, I don't want to start either of them. So I'm going to let Fantasy Pros help me out here with that. All right, let's get rid of that guy. Let's try it again. Okay. Wow. For some reason that went to Ashawn Robinson and Aaron Adoye. Like, how did that even happen? This is not going well. Oh, Saturdays. Super fun. Am I right? All right. I'll figure this out, guys. I apologize. Okay. So Malcolm Brown or Royce Freeman. Okay. Yeah. Experts pick here is going to be Malcolm Brown. Again, Royce Freeman. I don't love that. So I know Malcolm Brown has been a little disappointing, but it's the Rams backfield, so you never know which one is going to be getting the ball. It might be a Cam Akers game. I'm not sure, but I would go Malcolm Brown there, Arsenal. So sorry you have to make that choice. See who's on the waiver wire. You never know. And let me know what they are. I might be able to help you out. Okay. T-Bum, how are you, my friend? Thank you for joining me again today. Would I trust Adrian Peterson this weekend? 12-team league, half PPR. If he's healthy, I think he's a go. Do I trust him? No, I don't trust the Lions backfield at all. But if I had to start him, I would. I was recently on a podcast with Justin Boone for The Score, and we talked about Adrian Peterson. Well, I talked about Adrian Peterson a little bit. We've got a lot of teams on a bye that are pretty significant when it comes to fantasy running backs. So you could do worse than Adrian Peterson. For example, Malcolm Brown or Royce Freeman. Sorry, Arsenal. Didn't mean to throw you under the bus there. But if you have to start him, you can feel okay about it, but I don't love it, if that helps you. So see if there's anybody else, and if there is, let me know. But yeah, I think you'll be okay with Adrian Peterson. He'll score you some points. I don't really think there's a huge upside there, but he has the opportunity to maybe score a touchdown there. So we'll see. But yeah, I don't hate it. And let's see here. Chris Molina. Hi, Chris. Myles Gaskin or James Conner? Ooh, full PPR. I kind of like Connor here, but I'm not digging the matchup. So that one's a little tough for me. I'm really excited to watch that game for real football because it's going to be, nitty gritty, dirty division rivals, which is always a fun game to watch. But when it comes to fantasy starts, it's a little bit different. Okay, so in standard, James Conner, I like that. And then let's go PPR here. That was for anyone who may have that question. James Conner also in PPR too. So yeah, Myles Gaskin might be riding your bench this week. I'd go James Conner here. And then, this one is a good one. Whoop, let me put you back up there. Miles Sanders or Ronald Jones in half PPR. Ooh, I like that. I'm tempted here to go Ronald Jones. That might be a little tricky here, but I might go Ronald Jones, but I'm not sure. Let's see what these guys have to say. Okay, that's in full PPR. Is Miles Sanders, by the way. Yep. Okay. So it's going to be Miles Sanders. I don't love it because it's against Baltimore. And I think that's why I might lean towards Ronald Jones, because I think this Tampa Bay Green Bay game is going to be a shootout. Now, I understand Ronald Jones is a running back, but he does have the opportunity to get involved. And I think they're going to be scoring a lot of touchdowns. With that being said, the safer play is going to be Miles Sanders. So just cross your fingers and hope for the best between those two. But I like Ronald Jones, but smarter play here would be going Miles Sanders. So there's that. And then Adam, Eric Ebron or Mike Gesicki? Okay. I myself am this way. I am very disappointed in Eric Ebron. He had an awesome matchup last week and he just sucked. And it was the Chase Claypool show after that. And especially now that Deontay Johnson is out. So he has the opportunity. I don't trust him. Mike Gesicki, I do like Mike Gesicki a lot as well, but there are a lot of mouths to feed in Miami, which is so crazy. I can't believe we're actually saying that nowadays, which is super fun. Go Dolphins. But I'm going to say Mike Gesicki here. But so far I've been kind of off on my guesstimations, but we'll see what the other fantasy pros here have to say. All right. So, that's half and half. All right. It is literally either 50-50 or 51-49 in favor of Eric Ebron. I would go Mike Gesicki. So that's going to be a coin toss. I mean, whichever one you feel the most comfortable starting, go there. Eric Ebron has the opportunity to score a ton of touchdowns in this game, so he has a lot of upside. So Mike Gesicki, I know people are a little disappointed in him, so I don't know. Man, if I were you, I would play Gesicki, but watch Eric Ebron score like 4 touchdowns. Fantasy football is so much fun. Tim, you finally made it. Welcome in, my friend. How are you doing today? So what is the best social media to watch me on? So I am on YouTube, I am on Facebook, and I am on Periscope, which is Twitter, live all at the same time. So whichever one you use the most is really the best one to find me on. And also remember, after these air, you can also find them on my social media channels and you can find them on YouTube. So they are there. I usually try to go live Friday afternoons. That's why it's called Fireside Friday. Sorry, my hair's really annoying me right now. But unfortunately, yesterday we had some serious internet issues. So it was cutting in and out and no one could understand me. So I thought it would be best if I go live today so I could actually help y'all out. Plus, I am trying to get onto NFL Fantasy Live. Okay, on the NFL Network. Yes, with my friend Adam Rank. So I need to have some good audio and video for the people at NFL Fantasy Live, hint, hint, to want to bring me on the show, which would be super cool. So if y'all have time, maybe hit up NFL Fantasy Live and tell them that your girl stepmom Lauren should be on the show with them. That would be super fun. Am I right? I think so anyway. Okay, Adam. Oop, whoop, whoop, whoop. See, I just scrolled right through this super fast. What's up, Adam Heim? Okay, if I had no choice but to start either Hilton or Preston Williams as a flex standard, Preston Williams. I would go Preston Williams there, and I would not hesitate. T.Y. Hilton's been very disappointing. If he does have a good game, Adam, trade him away. If you need to make room on your roster, you can cut him. That's how bad he's been, and it's not pretty. So I would go Preston Williams here, and that would be a smash start for me. And then let's see. Banfield 13. Hi, thank you for joining me. PPR flex, Montgomery or Godwin? Oh, okay. Oh, this is going to be so hard because I really like both of them. Upside here, I think, is going to be Chris Godwin, although it's a little riskier. Don't forget, this is his first game back. I think he injured his hamstring this time after he's been kind of in and out. So we really haven't seen too much of Chris Godwin yet. But it is Tom Brady. It is Chris Godwin. So he has the opportunity to score quite a bit. Your safer play is going to be David Montgomery. That matchup is just unbelievable. So two really good options. So start whichever one is going to work best with your lineup. Safe play, David Montgomery. High risk, higher point possibility, Chris Godwin. Excellent choices for your flex too, by the way. Ian Gillis, hi. Malcolm Brown, go Rams. Yeah. You and your Rams. I am not as gracious as you are. You are a gracious LA Rams fan. I am a not gracious, bitter St. Louis girl. So you take your niceness and you do you. But hi, thank you very much for joining me, Ian. It is lovely to see you virtually. All right. And Kevin, we have another flex question here. Fulgham, Cobb, or Jerick McKinnon, half PPR? Okay. Oh, this is tough. All right. This is going to be a little risky, and I understand if people don't agree with me, and that's totally fine. I am going to take the shot on Travis Fulgham this week. I understand that it could be considered chasing the points, but he got a ton of targets. And not only did he just get a lot of targets, they were in critical third down conversions. So he got 9 first downs in last week's game. That means that Carson Wentz wants to target him. It means that he is trustworthy. So I think that he has the opportunity to continue, especially at a PPR. I think he's going to see the targets again. Randall Cobb is kind of hit or miss. I don't love it. And Jerick McKinnon has been not as exciting as we would have liked him to be. So my choice here is going to be Travis Fulgham. But if that comes back to bite you, I am really sorry. But that's who I would personally go with. But go with your gut. Everyone always remember that. Go with your gut for sure. And then Dan, you have the dumbest question. No questions are dumb unless you're asking me something completely inappropriate. Then it's dumb. But if it's about fantasy football, don't worry if you feel like it's a dumb question. Don't worry about it. But you have to start your defense or negative 25 points. Am I reading that correctly? Negative 4 points, KC or Tampa Bay. Oh, yikes. Okay. You have to start. Those are the only two defenses that you can start is going to be Kansas City or Tampa Bay. Okay. I think the game with Tampa Bay against Green Bay is going to be a shootout. So I would avoid that one if you can. Also, Vita Vea is one of their defensive linemen who is like the heart and soul of that defense. So he is out. And I don't like that for the Buccaneers defense. So I would go Kansas City here. I know that Josh Allen has been carving up defenses, so that might be a little scary. But I would go KC here. They're actually pretty stout, except against the run. KC. I'm going to go KC. I don't love it, but those are your two options, and that's my help for you. And that was not a dumb question. All right. Okay. You're a solid wide receiver away in a league and have pieces to sell. Who is your rock mid-low wide receiver 1 target, AJ Brown? I'm going to go A.J. Brown there. I love A.J. Brown. Yes, A.J. Brown is who I would target if I were you. And then you are welcome, T-Bum. Absolutely. That's what I'm here for. And then Josh Simon, great question. How much will Robert Tonyan be involved in the offense with Devontae Adams back? Okay, I actually wrote about this in one of my pieces, and I talked about this with Justin Boone. I think that there is a very real role for Robert Tonyan to play in this Green Bay offense. So Alan Lazard, the Lazard King, everyone, had a lot of high hopes for him, but he's out with that core muscle surgery. Robert Tonyan did explode with 3 touchdowns with Devontae Adams out, but don't forget there is no solid wide receiver 2. And he has already built chemistry with Aaron Rodgers, and I think that will continue. So if you need a tight end option, I don't hate playing Robert Tonyan. In fact, I have Noah Fant. And if Noah Fant is healthy, then I'm going to start Noah Fant and then flex Robert Tonyan. But if Noah Fant can't go, I have no problem starting Robert Tonyan in my tight end spot. So his targets could go down. In this game, I think it might be a little bit of an uphill battle for him because there's going to be a lot of deep passes, but it is going to be high scoring, I believe. So I do think that Robert Tonyan has the opportunity to get involved. He's already created some chemistry with Aaron Rodgers. So I'm all for it. I am all for it. I think he's going to become the wide receiver 2 in that offense. So hang on to him. I like it. His usage will go down with Devontae Adams back, but I think there's still a place for him to succeed in that offense and in fantasy. Okay, and then here we go. Start Newton or Dalton. I would go Cam Newton here. Passing may be an issue, but he always has the legs, so he can run it in. Dalton, I don't like his matchup this week, and I would like to see how well he plays as the starter. I don't really love his first game starting, coming off the bench and then being a starter. He has a lot of pieces. I get it. But I think he has the opportunity to throw a lot of interceptions. Also, this is primetime Dalton, which generally tends to not do very well. So I would do Cam Newton here, which are 2, great options. You're probably you had Dak and then picked up Andy Dalton, which stinks. And poor Dak. Good thing his surgery was successful. So that is always good. And Chris, you are very welcome. Dan Morris, let me put you up here while I cough. Excuse me. Half PPR, you need 2. DJ Chark, who is probably out, so I would avoid DJ Chark. Kenny Golladay, Chris Godwin, or A.J. Brown. Okay. Wow. Golladay, those are 4 excellent receivers. Okay, let's assume that DJ Chark does not play, which is, I don't think he's trending in the right direction. Don't quote me. I don't know of his status right now. He may be already ruled out as far as I know. Kenny Golladay, he is a must start for me. So your choices are going to be between Godwin and A.J. Brown. I personally would go safety on A.J. Brown, or I would play Chris Godwin for the upside. But A.J. Brown has a lot going for him because Corey Davis is still on COVID, I believe. And this is Godwin's first game back. So we need to see how well he's going to do with that hamstring. There is a risk of re-aggravation, but he does have a higher ceiling, I think. So that's going to be up to you. Kenny Golladay, for sure. Godwin, if you need really high upside, I think A.J. Brown is going to be your solid one. So I think officially I'm going to say Kenny Golladay and A.J. Brown. And if you want to play Chris Godwin, I wouldn't blame you for that. Instead of A.J. Brown. I like Kenny Golladay a lot. Oh, hey, what's up, Troy? You're just here to say hello. Well, I appreciate you coming in here and supporting me, my friend. You have a great Saturday as well. I love your witch hat. Okay. And then, oh, hey, what's going on, man? Who continues to be the most slept on quarterback in fantasy? And why is it Aaron Rodgers? Is Aaron Rodgers really being slept on, though? Because he's rostered like everywhere. So I personally think it's Ryan Fitzpatrick. That's who I'm looking at. So, yeah. I think he needs to be rostered in more leagues, and the man plays like he doesn't care because he doesn't. He has nothing to lose, and he's going to continue to play that way. So my nomination there is Ryan Fitzpatrick, not Aaron Rodgers. Oh, you silly goose. Okay, and then Ryan Sesterhen. We'll go with it. Start Cam or Dalton. I go Cam. Also, which 2 of these 3 between DJ Moore, Jerry Jeudy, and Laviska Shenault? Okay. Everyone is on the DJ Moore train this week, and I don't know why. I think it's maybe because he scored, 25 points in PPR last week. I get it, but that should be trade him away, not continue to start him. This is the Robbie Anderson show. It's going to depend on what the Bears are going to do. This could very easily be a DJ Moore game, or it could be a Robbie Anderson game. I'm just not sure. Between Jerry Jeudy and Laviska Shenault, I like Shenault because Chark might be out. Yikes. Okay. I'm gonna refer to some other folks here. Let me try this. Okay. I'm gonna go to, and just in case anyone doesn't know what I'm doing here, I go to Fantasy Pros Start Sit tool, and I also use the Fantasy Footballers Start Sit tool. So that is what I'm doing. I am comparing these players for you because I don't know why I don't love DJ Moore as much as everybody else does, but for some reason I can't get into it. So let's see what these folk have to say. And out of those three, they give it 94% DJ Moore. So I guess they want you to do DJ Moore and who was it? Laviska Shenault. I guess they don't like Drew Lock and Jerry Jeudy. So go with that. DJ Moore and Laviska Shenault. I don't like it. I'd play Jeudy and Shenault, but that's risky. It is definitely risky. Okay. And Adamo. You're welcome. 4 TDs or 4 drops for Ebron. You never know. Exactly. You never know. It's super frustrating. And that was me last week. Very frustrated. All right. Here we go. Here's another one. Is Jonnu the tight end to target in trades in Dynasty, or do we want to wait until he has a dud week? I would wait until he has a dud week for sure. Hopefully he has more than one in a row. I mean, unless you're starting him, because that would stink. But yeah, I would. He's pretty expensive right now. So if you can hold off, I would. And then Tim, hi. Oh, you're so sweet. That's awesome. Lauren, thank you. You would be a great addition to the NFL Fantasy Live with Adam Reich. It would just be like a little guest spot. Like they would be helping me with lineups, like my own lineups, because I am 0-5 in a league where I have Michael Thomas, Kenny Golladay, Chris Godwin, Josh Jacobs, and I'm 0-5. Every team I've played against every week, they have blown up, and I've had no chance at all. Plus, none of them have actually played a full week together. Like, none of my good players have actually been starting at the same time, and it's very frustrating. Okay. Ryan, hello again. Newton or Dalton? I'm going to go Cam Newton. So if you're asking me this because you didn't hear the first one, cool. Cam. If you're asking me this because you want to go Dalton, go with your gut. Which of these two? Okay, so we already did this one, so sorry about that. Fantasy Pro says go DJ Moore and Shenault. I say Jerry Jeudy and Shenault, but my choices are a lot riskier than Fantasy Pros is. And thank you so much. Go Blues and Cards. I appreciate you, Ian. See, this is why you're such a nice person, and I'm not as nice as you. Okay, and is Jonnu Smith, let me go ahead and put this one up here too. Is Jonnu Smith officially a top 5 tight end indefinitely? Not officially. You never know. The tight end landscape is just garbage, but I think he definitely has the opportunity to finish the season like that. Absolutely. But can he finish there week in and week out? Not sure. But I would bank on it. I'd start him. There's very few, unless I have like George Kittle or Travis Kelce. I mean, even then, that would be hard. I'd trade one of them. I mean, but yeah, Jonnu Smith is really good. And let me just go through here, guys. And then let's put this one up here. Thank you for asking me so many questions. How big of a gap is there between Aaron Rodgers and Josh Allen rest of season? Not much. If Aaron Rodgers can continue on this track that he's on now and coming, resurging back into fantasy relevance, there may not be that much of a gap. So we'll see what he can keep doing. If this was last year, it'd be a big giant gap, with Aaron Rodgers' production, but he's on the hot seat with the Packers trading up to get another quarterback, and he's on a mission to prove himself. So maybe the gap isn't as big. And then, so Dat Mike says, do I know more about sports than my husband and my kids? Yes, I do. Nothing personal. I mean, I do. It's mostly football, but I love baseball. I love hockey. We both played sports. My husband was a tight end when he played football. So we both love sports. It's just what we do. I just have a weird memory and can remember very specific things. Okay. And then Tim, you need a defense. Washington, Dolphins, Giants, or Titans? Okay, shockingly enough, Washington is doing really well in their defense. So I would play either Washington, and if you really want to get spicy, you can play the Dolphins against the Jets. I don't have any problem with that either. So I think that's going to depend on who's available. I would stay away from the Giants, and I do like the Titans. But if you, oh man, I'm kind of feeling Washington, and I'm kind of feeling Dolphins. All right, Mike Kane. Hi, how are you, Mike? And do I think Devontae Adams will be good to go after missing 2 games and having a bye week? Yes, he was ready to play earlier. He was kind of mad that he wasn't. He had some kind of comment like, I guess everybody else knows my body better than I do. But they wanted to sit him out because they want him healthy. So yes, Devontae Adams will be a go. Do not be afraid to play him. And then Tim, you said you dropped Dalton Schultz and you picked up Robert Tonyan this week. I don't hate that. I don't hate that at all. The thing about Dalton Schultz that's a little bit tough because, they lost Dak and, Blake Jarwin was really supposed to be the guy. So Dalton Schultz has, pretty big shoes to fill. But don't forget, Andy Dalton made Tyler Eifert a thing. I'm not saying Tyler Eifert isn't talented. Of course he is. But Andy Dalton likes his tight ends. So we'll see how Dalton Schultz develops, Dalton to Dalton Schultz. And yeah, that'll be fun. We'll see how he develops in the offense, but I don't hate that. I do like Robert Tonyan a lot. So I would give the edge a little bit to Robert Tonyan. This week might be tough for Dalton Schultz anyway. So I don't mind that move. And then, hi. Thank you, Darren. I don't know if I rock, but I have a lot of help in my starts and sits to help you guys out. But thank you very much. I appreciate it. And then Josh Simon, you dropped Hayden Hurst. Will it backfire? Probably. I think it probably will backfire. The poor Falcons they're 0-5. They just had to promote their defensive coordinator, Raheem Morris, to the interim head coach because they did fire Dan Quinn and Dimitrov. His first name's Timothy, right? I don't know. He doesn't really look like a Tim. I can't remember what his name is. Thomas. I think it's Thomas. Something with a T. So I don't know. I think there's going to be a resurgence there, and I think he's going to get involved. Hayden Hurst is a shockingly very good tight end. He didn't get a lot of usage in Baltimore because of Mark Andrews. So I really like Hayden Hurst, and I think he's going to have a really good second half of the season. So maybe you can pick him back up later. Who knows? But who did you pick up for him, I guess, is the better question, because if it was someone really good, then it was an excellent drop. Sometimes you got to do that. All right. And Tim, let's see here what we have for you, my friend. Sit 1 in PPR, Gaskin, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, Montgomery, or Madison. I'm going to sit Gaskin here. Clyde Edwards-Helaire, this is going to be one of his last weeks in a really good matchup without Le'Veon Bell, breathing down his neck. So definitely go Clyde Edwards-Helaire. David Montgomery is in a beautiful, juicy matchup. So Montgomery for sure. And Alexander Madison is stepping in for Dalvin Cook, who is ruled out. So there's going to be a ton of volume here. So out of those 4, all very good running backs, I'm going to sit Gaskin on that one. But excellent squad. And then, hi, Bob. How are you doing, my friend? And then Kevin. Oh, I love these. Okay. Your wife wants to know if Claypool can keep that magic going with DJ out in a great matchup. I think the opportunity is definitely there. However, part of Chase Claypool's explosive, I guess, debut, because he's been on the field before and he's had catches, so I don't want to say debut, but part of the reason he did so well in that matchup was because Eric Ebron sucked. And like you said, Deontay Johnson was out. Now we do have another game with Eric Ebron in a really good tight end matchup where he could suck again. But Deontay Johnson is out again. So I definitely think he has the opportunity to get involved. It's not going to be another 4-touchdown game. And if it is, then everyone needs to start Chase Claypool every single week. But if you don't have any better choices, you can start him. Or if you need upside, you can start him. So that's what I think. When everyone is back healthy, that may come back down. Also, another thing too, this was, I believe, last week was his first game start, which is kind of interesting. So they were planning on using Chase Claypool. They wrote him into the game plan specifically. It just ended up exploding, like we said, with Eric Ebron dropping a whole bunch of passes and Deontay Johnson being ruled out. So there's definitely a place for Chase Claypool in your starting lineup. And then, Fufu Hazimi. That's a funny name. I like saying that. Okay. Ebron, Mark Ingram, or Robert Tonyan, PPR, you are welcome. Ooh, okay. So I'm assuming, did you mean Mark Ingram or Evan Engram? Because out of all of those, I actually might go Robert Tonyan here. Even if it is Mark Ingram, that might be for your flex then. I'm not sure. If it's Evan Ingram, definitely go Robert Tonyan. If it's Mark Ingram, still go Robert Tonyan, I think. It's risky, though. Eric Ebron has the better matchup, but I like Robert Tonyan better, if that helps you. So I hope I helped you out there. Go with your gut. Go with your gut on that one. I would personally start Robert Tonyan, just so you know. Oof, that is really tough. All right, and let's see. Chris Moe again. Hello, my friend. Thank you so much for asking questions. I love it. And you have Gurley, Claypool, AJ Brown. You can only pick one. PPR? Okay. Yuck. All right. Chase Claypool for the upside. AJ Brown. Gross. Okay. I think for safety, I might go either Todd Gurley or AJ Brown. So I want to compare those two. Todd Gurley, AJ Brown. Let's see where Fantasy Pros sits amongst this. Okay. Ooh, no, we don't want Jerry Jeudy. Why is that up there? All right. So we have a 74-26 on Todd Gurley in PPR. Ooh, Todd Gurley. I hate that, though. I hate having to sit Chase Claypool and AJ Brown. That's why I say I hate it, because I love them so much. But Todd Gurley, let's go ahead and settle that. Let's go Todd Gurley. If you need upside, Chase Claypool could be an option. However, he's risky compared to those other two. Okay, Jonathan Taylor or Mike Evans in PPR. Ooh, that's tough. Jonathan Taylor has a really nice matchup. I'm interested in his usage, which is a little bothersome. I would go Mike Evans here. He's the deep threat for Tom Brady, and I think there's going to be a lot of passing, so I'll go ahead and go Mike Evans here. That one's a tough one, though, but I'll go Mike Evans. And hello, Faith, my girl. Hi. How are you, darling? Thank you so much for hopping in. Okay, Tim. Pick one in PPR, Devontae Parker, Justin Jefferson, or Will Fuller. You're starting Mahomes, but you could start Watson. I would stick with Mahomes. And I understand why you want to do that stack, but I would go ahead and stick with Mahomes. And all three of these have excellent matchups. So, Tim, I'm going to leave this one up to you. If it were me personally, I think I might lean Justin Jefferson. Slightly lean Justin Jefferson, simply because of the matchup. And I think Kirk Cousins is going to have a nice game, and he is going to get involved along with Adam Thielen. However, Will Fuller also has an excellent matchup, and his upside is a little bit higher. And Devontae Parker has a good one against the Jets too, but there might be a little bit more running in that game just because of runaway points. So I'm going to leave that one up to you. For me, it's between Justin Jefferson and Will Fuller. Go with your gut. It's great. It's almost football time. That is so true. It almost is. And it's almost time for us to wrap things up. We've gone over a half an hour. I can't even believe it. And then you are welcome. So welcome. Oh, Kim, hi. Hi. Thank you for joining me here on the show. I know you were just on Club Fantasy. Thank you so much for joining. Okay, so pick two. Clyde Edwards-Helaire, Miles Sanders, James Robinson, Mike Davis, or Jonathan Taylor. Girl, your team is stacked. That is a very good problem to have. I'm going to go Clyde Edwards-Helaire and James Robinson. No, I'm not. Shoot. You're going to make me look this up, aren't you? I love it. Okay. Let's see. So Adam Rank got that song stuck in my head, Clyde Edwards-Helaire. So every time I see his name, that's all I do is I sing that song. Okay, so CEH, Miles Sanders. I'm plugging these into Fantasy Pro Start Sit too, because those are all excellent running backs. And I wish I had your problem, Kim, because maybe I wouldn't be 0-5. And Jonathan Taylor. All right. Let's see who your definite start is going to be. Okay. So, Clyde Edwards-Helaire and James Robinson. There we go. Miles Sanders' matchup against Baltimore is really tough. I'm a little worried about Jonathan Taylor's usage. I think he's going to emerge a little bit later in the season. So, Clyde Edwards-Helaire and James Robinson. Looks like I finally got one the same as the Fantasy Pros did. So that's good. And the Fantasy Footballers. So that is very exciting. All right, guys, I'm going to let you go and enjoy the rest of your Saturday. Thank you so much for putting up with me, not only on my live again, but also if you joined Josh, Faith, Joe, and Ryan on Club Fantasy. I did make a little cameo appearance, which was fun. Remember, guys, if you are torn between who you want to start, do your research, but also remember to go with your gut. My name is Lauren. You can find me on all the social medias if you haven't already at Stepmom Lauren. And you can find my work on my website, stepmomlauren.com. I'm a writer for the Fantasy Footballers, for Fantasy Bros, and also for Roto World. And if you guys want to join along with me while I frivolously attempt to keep everyone updated during all of the games on Sunday afternoon at 1 and at 4, I will go ahead and tweet that link out for Roto World's fantasy blog. So have a wonderful weekend, everybody, and good luck in week 6, because I know I need it. So I'm wishing y'all good luck as well. So take care, be safe, and enjoy your